Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Fieri. I'm your science officer, Commander Jerry. You ever mind meld with a Gorn? I don't recommend it.
Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm your game bastard, Kyle.
I'm Todd.
I'm Corey.
I'm Austin.
Trickin'! That's what they yell at the conventions.
Yay.
We're playing Star Trek Adventures, a 2D20 game system from Modifius.
I believe one of our Patreon supporters on the Discord said Modifius and 2D20 is the sweet spot for the podcast, and I can't help but agree.
That's right.
It's a nice chocolate sandwich.
And speaking of flavors,
Well,
Kyle, what's the Fieri getting up to today?
Well, so the USS Fieri is heading out into the Shackleton Expanse on a routine mission, of course, to take parts and personnel to Starbase 364, otherwise known as NARENDRA Station. It is a joint starbase controlled by the Klingon Empire and the Federation of Planets. So who are you guys playing on this expedition to the Shackleton Expanse, a heretofore unexplored region of some quadrant that I can't recall? They got all the quadrants labeled in Star Trek. The galaxy's charted out. They know
It's
stuff.
space.
Say the name of that station again.
Narendra Station.
Narendra Station.
official-
I'm always
yeah.
impressed here on a verbal show like a podcast where you give us such heavy word burgers to deal with the entire thing.
Well, I didn't make that up. That
Oh,
is
okay.
from some Star Trek material.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Ask your doctor if Narendra is right for you.
May cause anal bleeding.
Jeez.
It's okay. It's for hangnails.
All right.
Well, hey, everybody. I'm Austin. I'm playing Dash Kratos, the security officer of the Fieri.
Is your character's last name from that PlayStation game?
The God of War game? It's
Oh, okay.
absolutely based on that.
Oh, okay.
My character is also based on God of War. It's a Captain Milos Cham. Remember that?
Sure.
He was the god of flounders in that game. You remember that? You fought him?
Poseidon's cousin, Cham.
Yeah. He would often do the loaves and fishes thing. The only power he had.
He just kept offering Kratos a sandwich.
All right. Hey, you need anything? Hungry? Want a chocolate sandwich?
Cham is the captain of the Fieri.
And I'm playing science officer Commander Jerry. He's a Vulcan, and he's named after coaches Jerry Van Dyke.
Right.
It's the only thing we could pick up on Vulcan. It's a big show there with Craig T. Nelson and whatnot. Dauber, he's funny enough to make Vulcans laugh.
The Vulcans, yeah, they worship Bill Fagerbacky. They also, they love the Stephen King's The Stand miniseries as well.
The Fieri is en route to the Shackleton Expanse, cruising at warp 6, which for those hardcore tricky fans, I hope is a normal warp speed. If it's really, really fast or really, really slow, just assume that the Fieri is going at a normal pace. I don't want to upset you or your angry gods.
We've set the cruise control on the Fieri.
The Fieri's would definitely be on cruise control. Everything is ship shape, ready to go. You've been a day or two into the journey when Ensign Schreffler, a Ferengi on the bridge crew, turns, says, Captain Cham.
Hey there, little buddy, what's happening?
Incoming subspace communication.
Ah, answer it.
Oh, right. Hold on. Hello, this is the Fieri. Scott speaking.
He usually lets it go to voicemail. I'm glad he got it this time.
Oh, you do? Oh, you do? Is this a... No, I don't care about my car's extended warranty.
Yeah, well,
Okay, next call. Oh, this is it is, Captain. And he puts it on screen, and it's a beleaguered man, human man. He's got a cut on his forehead. There's smoke in the background. He's on a ship, and you can see lights flashing. Is this a Federation starship?
Hey, buddy, this is Captain Cham of the USS Fieri. What's happening? What you guys barbecuing over there with the smokings?
Are we up on the bridge with you, Cham?
I hope so.
Okay.
I like having my bodies around.
I'm Captain Joshua Winter, and he's got a Federation uniform on. The USS Dallas, we've come under attack by what our sensors indicate is a Klingon warship. We're almost to station 364. We need immediate assistance.
Okay.
Please help us. We've almost run out of... And the signal cuts off.
Oh, boy. Hey, the little traveler, can you track that communications?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. How's everybody else doing?
Captain, it
Hey, Chowdy.
just occurred to me that we're aboard the Fieri, and we just had a conversation with a Ferengi, and that's like kind of one of your what you humans call rhymes.
That's a good one, Jerry. Jerry, I'm glad you talked at me. Because we need to talk about something there, buddy. And I'm not mad at nothing, but what are you wearing right now? You know it's Casual Friday, and you're just wearing your regular Starfleet uniform. Come on, man. You need to borrow some jams.
You know, I don't participate in Earthling traditions of Casual Friday.
And there's a voice over from the far side of the bridge that says, "Come on, but it's fun." And Dash is wearing a denim jacket over his starship uniform.
Look, he's got buttons on it.
The Ferengi Ensign Schreffler is in jorts. And nothing else.
Oh, Jesus.
Nothing else. Well, he has a cape.
Oh, looking good, Ferengi.
Just kidding about that. And Jerry, like, rips his pants off like he's in Magic Mike.
Hey.
And underneath, Jerry has a pair of Jenkos on.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Now, interesting question for the GM. Are you going to respond to the distress call from the Federation ship under attack, or...
Well, we're dealing with internal matters right now.
This is about company culture.
That's right. We have a saying in my country, Upper Gangnam Style.
And we all start dancing.
Meanwhile, the helmsman steers the ship towards the distress call.
Thank you, Helmsman.
So, Captain, what do you want to do?
I'm cool with just hanging out for a little bit before we get there. We can have a snack. It's nacho day on the Fieri.
They stack up several themed days on the Fieri.
You guys need to plot a course to, the Dallas.
Ooh, do we get to use our starship sheet now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You can use the starship. So I'm going to say whenever we're having, whenever a unnamed crewman is doing something, we'll just roll the ship. But if the way the rules work is if you're, like I say, if Chan was going to calculate the course, which he's a captain, he probably wouldn't.
Not his job, no.
But if he was, he would roll reason and con. But he would also, since the ship is the tool, essentially, he would be assisted by the ship using the normal assist rules. The ship would use its computers and con. But in this case, we're just going to assume generic crewman is doing it, so we'll just use the ship's computers and con.
Okay. So it's the helmsman doing this. Can we give him a name?
Sure.
What about helmsman oarsman?
Helmsman oarsman. Nice. Yeah, you can have helmsman oarsman.
So computers and con, correct?
Yeah, and this is simple difficulty 1. I mean...
Okay. So the Fieri has a computers of 10 and a con of 2. So target number 12. That's a 1 and a 2.
Fucking A.
Yay.
Does the ship have any focuses that would apply?
There's no place for focuses on here. A ship's not a person, Kyle. But yeah, that's 2 successes and 1 is it's still a crit, right? Rolling a 1.
Yes.
Okay, so we got a couple momentums there.
Okay, so you're right in that a ship does not have distinct focuses, but I remembered reading something about it, and I flipped back. A starship does not have distinct focuses, but instead treats every task it attempts or assists as if it had an applicable focus. So basically, the ship's department score is always 2 successes if it rolls under whatever that is.
Oh, wow. So that's technically 4 successes because my con was a 2 in that department.
Yeah.
So,
Holy shit. All
yeah.
right.
So, yeah, we got momentum already, eh?
So you got 3 momentum. Now, remember, you don't have to bank that. You can spend some of it to ask questions or do something else.
I think we'll bank it for right now because we don't know much about what's going on.
Yeah, this was just to get there, right?
Yeah.
The Fieri accelerates, changes course, and in a few minutes comes to a stop outside a small asteroid field where you can see a beleaguered Federation ship drifting to the side, obvious battle damage, smoke coming out of part of the saucer, and a decloaked Klingon Cavort class bird of prey. And just as you arrive, 2 proton torpedoes flash out from it and slam into the Dallas, doing heavy damage. It's off course. Its power nacelles are down. So, what are you guys doing?
Captain, we should neutralize the threat before we check out the ship.
Okay, shields up, red alerts and stuff. Let's do something.
Captain Cham, tested by combat.
So I think first and foremost, we're gonna target the bird of prey, but also Cham is going to hail them. Because one of Cham's values is treat others as you would like to be treated, and he wouldn't want to be just shot at.
So Ensign Schreffler turns around. Hailing frequencies open, Captain.
Hey there, little space bird. This is the USS Fieri. I'm Cham. Hey, why are you shooting at our bodies?
Sick Easter egg.
So an image appears. It's a Klingon, in the typical dress.
Is he angry?
He's a Klingon, Austin. You can see other Klingons in the background of the bridge. Ha! I am Commander Strider! For Patreon member Stephen Ryder.
Strider, cool.
Strider, no T.
Strider.
Strider.
Okay. Hey, Strider. Why are you shooting at that dude?
You Federation wussies will pay for your transgressions against all Klingons.
What do we do?
Bye!
Oh,
And the line goes out,
Okay.
and the Klingon bird of prey starts to cloak. Alarms are still going off. Reports coming in. The Dallas has lost power. Multiple fatalities. The ship's core is likely going to go critical very, very soon.
Okay, so I guess we can't shoot at the bird of prey when it's cloaked.
Correct.
Okay. So
But
I
it
guess
also can't shoot at us when it's cloaked, right?
That's also true.
yeah. Okay. I guess the next step is we hail the Dallas.
hell.
You open a line of communication. You get him back. Fieri, thank goodness you're here.
Yeah.
It's Captain Winter, of course.
Hey, Captain Winter. We came to save you.
Okay, great.
We made that bird run off.
Our transporters are down.
Oh, well, we got one.
Okay, could you start transporting members of our crew out as quickly as possible, please?
We have a few.
Okay. Yeah, just send over a list of who's the most important and we'll start immediately.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's how you do it, right?
No.
Captain Cham. Surprisingly ambivalent, but
Yeah.
Can you please just start beaming people over?
Yeah, how many people you got on your staff?
And he gives you a number of what would be on a ship that size.
Okay, 3. Easy peasy.
It's more than 3.
Okay.
Less than 1,000.
Yeah, I guess.
What's your situation? How long do you think before your ship go pop?
I don't know. We've lost contact with engineering.
Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll start transporting and we'll send over some shuttlecraft too and we'll pick people up that way.
Okay, that's great.
Haha.
do we need to worry about the asteroid field at all as
That-
far as navigation goes?
Depends on how your rolls go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to talk about a mechanic we haven't used yet. All starships in the system have a power rating, and that is their reserve or surplus power. And when you're in a situation like this, you have to spend power to do things. Now, charting a course, that you don't. That's just the thing you can do. Using the transporters, however, does have a power requirement of 1. So, Corey, what is the Fieri's power?
Total power of 16.
Okay. So, to use the transporters, you'd have to spend 1 power.
Okay.
And in terms of logistics, Kyle, what are these transporters like? Are these like individual units, or is this like a bay that you can use to kind of transport people en masse?
Well, you can transport people, en masse on the it's like the transporter pads on the show.
Okay.
But they can bring people over pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for this one, you'll need to roll the ship's sensors plus engineering. And we haven't specified a transporter officer yet, so we won't bring them in again. There are rules for bringing in crew members, which we're not going to get into in this session.
Okay.
But we will probably in the next few.
Okay.
Hey, unspecified transporter guy, get ready to do some job.
Yes, Captain!
So our sensors is 9, our engineering is 2, so target 11. What's the difficulty number?
Well, I mean, if one of you wanted to do it, you could, by the way.
I think Dash will probably head up the transporters that are actually going over
The shuttlecraft.
shuttle.
to transport people so that they can protect those that are coming back.
Why don't I take care of the teleportation? That way, once we get them onto our ship, I can apply my expertise in emergency medicine in case anybody's injured.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, Dash, you take the shuttlecraft over and pick some more people up. Why don't you take the
I think the shuttlecraft should all have names. I think they do on the show, actually.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do.
why don't you take the Dragon Steamboat over?
Yes, Captain.
Okay, so
I need my ramp corporal.
Hey, Mary Hill Jr. Get to ramping, dude.
So Dash and a away team head down to the shuttlecraft. Jerry is controlling the transporter. Corey, you'll need to make a sensors and engineering roll for the ship. This is an assist roll.
okay, assisting Todd.
Yeah.
Okay, so target number 11. How many successes do we need?
So it's assist from the ship. So it'd just be you're going to roll one die.
Okay.
And that's going to assist Todd's control and engineering, which will be difficulty 3.
Oh goodness. Okay, that's a 7. So that's one success towards Todd. So now difficulty 2 if he gets any successes.
If he gets any successes, he gets to use that one. Yeah.
Right.
I am going to use a momentum to get an extra die. Control and engineering, so that's going to give me a target of 11.
Okay.
Well, there's a 7 and a 16 and an 18. This is the start of a new session, so I have all 3 of my determination restored, correct?
I believe so.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend a determination and re-roll all 3 die.
All right.
There's a 4, there's a 6, and a 20.
Oh lordy.
So that's a success.
But that's 2 successes.
yeah,
so
and with the ship's assistance, that's 3. That's what you need. We do have a complication.
everyone transports like cut in half.
One guy's got his arms where his legs should be.
No, you're transporting people, coordinating with the various transporter pads around the Fieri. People are coming in, and one of the bridge crew says, Commander Jerry, well, we've identified some anomalies in the core. It's preventing all transport out of there. It's a black zone, but there's definitely life signs still in their engineering bay. So basically, there's people, they know there are people in engineering. Whether they're conscious or not, they don't know, but they can't transport them out.
Just the engineering department.
Yeah.
So we were able to transport a lot of people over.
Yeah, tons of crew are being transported over from the Dallas. And this is all cinematic time.
Yeah.
Like, this is not like D&D combat round by round. So
Well, good thing I was smart enough to send over the Dragon Steamboat.
we see this shuttlecraft hurtling through space, Dragon Steamboat written on the side. Flashback to a very beleaguered Federation ensign going, what the hell? Just painting it on.
Cham made him wear like one of those luchador masks.
Hey, Commander Dash.
Yes, Captain.
It's Cham.
What's up?
Hello. Hey, we got most of the people's out, but we can't get to the engineering department. It seems like there's something broken there. So that's where you need to go and get them people.
All right. Engineering airlock. Check.
So I said we weren't going to use supporting characters soon, but I lied. We're going to do that immediately.
Okay.
So we have Commander Dash Kratos on the shuttlecraft heading towards the Dallas. And he, of course, will have additional Federation personnel with him.
Uh-huh.
Now, since Jerry and Cham are back on the Fieri, Todd and Corey can take on members of this team that are supporting characters. They're not the main bridge crew.
Are they red shirts?
Not necessarily.
Ah, okay.
So, Corey, what is the Fieri's crew support number?
Crew support is a total of 6.
Okay, so each adventure, you could bring in no more than 6 supporting characters.
Okay.
New. Now, you can always reuse older ones. And supporting characters are mechanically lighter than main characters. They don't have determination. They don't have values. They have, like, we figure out what their purpose is. Are they a doctor? Are they an engineer? Are they security? You pick your species, and then attributes, disciplines, and focuses, and that's it. So if you guys want to grab a blank sheet of paper and create, we'll off air, supported cast, we'll come right back.
Okay.
All right, so we're back.
Hey.
Todd, what kind of supporting character did you make?
He's a human, a medical officer, and his name is Emerald.
Ensign Emerald. I like it. Corey?
I decided to go ahead and play the ramp corporal, Mary Hill Jr.
Sure.
Mary's a security officer, good with ramps. Yeah, and creating these characters for those interested, it's pretty easy. Like, we all have attributes and disciplines like a regular character, but Kyle, you said we don't get talents and stuff until like further sessions of, if these characters survive.
Yeah, so Well, let's focus on Todd's character.
Yeah.
If they come back.
Okay.
So if Emerald is used again as a supporting character in another session, when he comes back, whoever is controlling him, not necessarily Todd,
Yeah.
it could be any of you, would get to pick something to add to him, like a focus or a talent. I think you can increase an attribute. And so the supporting characters can advance. They're not going to advance at the same rate as the main characters.
Yeah.
But it's just a way to fill the crew out.
Okay.
And later, I mean, you guys could have always opted to bring in Ensign Schreffler as a supporting cast.
Right.
For Ferengi. We don't have the stats for Ferengi, but I'm sure that's in one of the mini books.
Right.
And I'll get it just so we can have Scott played. Patreon member Scott Schreffler.
Okay.
So, Austin, who is piloting the Dragon Steamboat shuttlecraft towards the Dallas? Pieces of the Dallas are flying towards the shuttlecraft. It's having to dodge back and forth. What capable hand is at the con?
Like of the three of us?
Of the three of you, which are the focus characters for this scene, there are, of course, additional personnel in the shuttlecraft with you.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be Dash. This is Khan, right?
It is con.
With control.
I'm open to argument. I think control sounds good, depending on how he's tackling the problem.
Okay. What about if I said I'm using daring to navigate around the asteroid field?
I love it.
All right, so that raises my target number to 11.
You know what? Target 11, difficulty 1. I'm going to go and spend a threat. We're going to increase the complication range. We're going to double that complication range. Boom!
Can Mary help?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, she's got the ramp under control. Which means she's looking out behind us, out the window.
Sure.
I can just see Mary opening and closing the ramp to be like an extra navigation fin.
It's a spoiler.
It doesn't work in space, but
Yeah.
That is some useful moral support.
Okay.
So, Austin, difficulty 1. Complication range is doubled, though.
okay. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a momentum for
Yeah.
third die
There you go.
and trying to hit an 11. I got a 3 and an 8 and a 19. Dash kind of gets tricksy with the ship and navigates in and out of the asteroid field to kind of avoid some of the debris coming off the Dallas.
Patreon member Dallas Gibson.
In no time at all, they are coming around, getting ready to airlock with the engineering section of the ship.
And that's when a chunk of the Dallas explodes and sprays plasma across the side of the Dragon Steamboat. The shuttlecraft is still maneuverable. You connect to the airlock, but sensors are going off crazy. Someone's going to need to effect some basic repairs to the shuttlecraft if it has any chance of getting back to the Fieri.
Ramp shields are down to 40%, sir.
The ramp shields are depleted. So definitely.
That's okay since we have to airlock anyway. I'm not sure why I brought you, Ramp Corporal, but here we go.
Okay, I guess somebody else could watch the ramp. I just miss my mother.
The shuttlecraft has docked to an airlock relatively close to engineering on the Dallas. The starship is definitely moving out of control. It's not under its own power anymore.
All right, so then repairing is going to be engineering?
Yeah, but you also need to get the rest of the crew out of the engineering bay of the Dallas.
Yeah. So what are our new characters' engineering skills?
Mary has a 3,
Oh, excellent.
and she has a focus in small craft.
So that's why we brought you along.
I'm in mourning. Why are you being mean to me? My mother just died. Her hand got chopped off and she died.
All right, at attention. You can do this.
Okay.
We're going to board the ship and start gathering the crew for evacuation.
Yeah.
You stay here and see if you can get the ship repaired.
I'll guard the ramp to the wakes in the morning.
That's right. You be a multitasker.
Yeah.
Now you get to it.
Yeah.
I'm coming with you, Dash. Bam!
That's right. Oh, you startled me there, Ensign Emerald.
So Dash, Emerald, and other Fieri crew members go through the airlock into the corridors of the Dallas. The ship rattles and you all have to catch your balance. There's obvious evidence of battle damage. There's a body lying in the hall towards engineering. You check them. Unfortunately, they are deceased.
This one's dead. Bam!
And on the main route to engineering, one of the emergency shields has deployed, and that's blocking the main corridor. It's a particle shield. You can see it radiating red and blue energy.
Did we bring a R2 unit?
You didn't. PUK3 is not here. So, Emerald and Dash, what are you guys doing? Because Mary's staying with the shuttlecraft, right? To repair it?
Yeah.
So Dash would I would assume, know something about the shields that can be deployed inside a ship.
Yeah.
So what?
That sounds like a security measure, though. A
It
laser
does.
wall. So
Yeah.
he could roll his security on this, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably deployed either intentionally or as a malfunction, but it is a security shield.
Okay. Do we have access to it, or is it on the far side of the shield?
They'd be on either. They'd be on both sides.
Oh, okay. All right. So then, yeah, Dash is just going to kneel down at this control panel and see if he can disable the shield.
Okay.
So this is going to be security, and I'm assuming control
That sounds good to me.
or insight based on his past experience.
Yeah, I think actually reason or insight would be better.
Okay, I'm going to go with insight. That's going to make my total target number a 16.
Dang.
It's going to be difficulty 2.
Fucking tough guy over here.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to spin this momentum and roll a third die. Difficulty 2, target number 16. Good Lord, just by the skin of our teeth. A 13 and a 16, and then a 17.
So there's another rattle that shakes the whole ship, some explosion somewhere. You get the energy shield down. You're advancing towards engineering. A couple of places you have to stop to carefully pick your way over struts that are blown down from other areas or pieces of bulkhead. Meanwhile, Mary Hill Jr. is on the Dragon Steamboat,
Yep.
effecting repairs.
Yeah, basically, she can't get off the ramp legally. So she's got a long, like, kind of poker stick. She's trying to. There was a pool cue
Yeah.
on the.
Well, okay, so she's repairing it from inside.
Yeah.
So control and engineering is what I would think would be used for repairs.
Okay.
But I'm open to ideas.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, so it's going to be difficulty 2.
Okay. Mary's control is a 10. Her engineering's a 3, so it's a 13. Austin used all our damn momentum, so I'm probably going to die.
You could always contact our captain. I think he has a way to get us more momentum.
You actually cannot
Oh.
use defer to your main characters when you're using a supporting character.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, cool.
Interesting.
Cham's just taking a nap, I guess.
Cham has a lot of things to do.
I'm tired.
You guys got it.
They're watching for the Klingon bird of prey. They're overseeing the injured members of the
He
Dallas.
ain't got time to worry about ramps.
No,
Not his
no.
job.
Also, I would like to point out that in addition to performing medical services on all the injured crew that are coming into the Fieri, Jerry is also handing out those Fieri hair visors and
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirts to keep with the Casual Friday theme.
Yeah, 'cause, I
Sure.
mean, protocol is protocol.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so difficulty 2, you said?
Yes.
So target number 13. An 11 and a 14. So 1 success.
So she's done what she can from inside the shuttlecraft, but most of the damage is outside, and she's going to have to suit up and get outside the shuttlecraft
Son of a bitch.
to effect repairs.
Okay, she does that.
In space, no one can hear you ramp.
Yeah, she's walking outside.
Once she gets the suit on, though, she's so excited to be able to actually use the ramp.
Yeah.
Ramp comes down. She gets outside. Of course, it's the silent void of space. She can see pieces of the Dallas flying off, jets of plasma blowing out of one of the nacelles. In the distance, the Fieri, and she can see the scorched side of the shuttlecraft where it's damaged. She gets to work with her tools. Meanwhile, back inside the Dallas, Dash and Emerald have made it to main engineering. The doors of main engineering are blown open. There's fire and irregular gouts of white flame retardant blowing out of obviously a malfunctioning interior defense system. The core is wildly glowing, and you can see a number of engineering personnel from the Dallas wounded, moaning. Some of them were trying to drag others out, but everyone is injured. You can see 7 different people, and that's what Emerald's tricorder detects as well.
All right, everyone that can move, grab one of your crewmates and take them back to the ship. One wing back. All those who need medical attention, raise your hands.
So this is some sort of
See a bunch of nubs pop up.
presence plus command, I think, maybe.
Okay,
Trying to organize efforts here.
so that's going to be a target number 12.
Difficulty 2. It's chaotic, wild situation. We're going to go ahead and spend a threat to amplify the complication range.
Okay, well then I'll generate you another one to roll a third die.
Cool.
There's just hands all over the floor. People are slipping on them.
Okay, I'm going to spend a determination and re-roll. Roll a 3, a 16, and a 20.
That sucks.
There's a 3, a 12, and a 10. Plus, Dash has a focus in psychology and command. That 3 falls just into my crit range. So we get 2 momentum.
The other Fieri personnel are helping the injured, getting them out of engineering. The energy inside the core is just this kaleidoscope of colors that it shouldn't be. And there's alarm lights flashing, sirens going off. And you, one of the members of the Dallas, help me, I can't get him out. And the chief engineer is under this huge metal strut that's blown down from the ceiling. Both his legs are pinned. He's a fellow Tellarite, and he's gritting his teeth, blood out on his mouth. That's what they sound like normally.
Commander Dash, I hope you don't mind my saying this, but we have a name for situations like this.
Oh, yes. What's that?
Spicy.
Ooh.
Okay, what are you guys going to do?
Well, I mean, I'm a Tellarite, so I think I'm just going to try to lift this thing off him.
And Ensign Emerald will be there to apply any medical assistance.
Okay.
So Dash kind of leans down and he says, all right, fellow statesman.
Okay. Suddenly in USS Congress?
All right, friend, I'm going to need your help to actually push this off you. And Dash tries to lift the, what is it? Is it like a crossbeam? Like one of the,
Yeah.
is that going to be fitness and command?
If you're getting other people to help you, yeah. If you're just doing it by yourself, fitness and something else.
I will help.
All right, so Todd, roll fitness plus engineering. Overall going to be difficulty 3.
Target number is 11.
Okay, and you're rolling 1 die to assist.
And that's a 9.
Nice.
So my target number is going to be 13.
I'm going to use a threat. The front surface of the core starts literally melting, and you guys can feel radiation pouring onto you.
Emerald, we got to hurry. All right, I'm going to spend a momentum and get a 3rd die again. There's a 3, a 6, and a 15. So there we go. 3 successes.
Nice. So with great strain, you guys lift this huge beam, pull the chief engineer out from under it, drag him out of engineering, and start stumbling your way back to where the Dragon Steamboat is waiting. There are other personnel and injured members from the Dallas already inside the steamboat. Mary Hill Jr., Ramp Corporal, is outside affecting repairs. Corey?
I assume I need to do some more rolling.
Yeah, it's heavily damaged.
I knew we should have brought the Hitman heart. Ship sucks.
Difficulty 4.
Jesus. So control and engineering again?
Yes.
Okay, target number 13. I guess Mary's going to use this last momentum and hope to crit.
Okay, cool.
I can give you some extra dice from threat.
You can burn in hell, Kyle.
I'm sure I will.
You ramp-hating son of a bitch. Man, 2 crits.
Nice, Corey.
That's a 1, 2, and an 8. Mary is an even better ramp corporal than her mother. So that's 5 successes, so we get momentum back.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So as everyone piles on, Mary puts the last bit of the repairs in place. The Dragon Steamboat's controls come fully active. Austin, who's piloting out?
Dash is going to be piloting them out again.
So if you're flying just straight back, you're not doing anything clever, just control and con.
All right. But we do have the head of engineering with us to possibly give some assistance. Emerald, you want to see if you can maybe heal him up?
Sure.
Okay, if you want to make him coherent.
Yes.
Yeah, both his legs are broken, suffered significant internal bleeding, has a concussion,
Yeah. Take the other wheel, though.
and a hangnail.
Oh, no.
Difficulty 3, medicine plus reason, maybe?
Medicine plus reason will be a target number of 12.
All right.
So I'm going to spend that momentum
Okay.
to get a 3rd die. That's a 3, an 11, and a 2.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
With my focus in emergency medicine, my medicine is a 4. The 2 and the 3 are both crits plus another success, so 5 successes altogether.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Emerald is one hell of a fucking doctor. Bam! He says that every time he saves someone's life.
Yeah.
He fixes his legs so well, he now has 3 legs.
So you prop the chief engineer up in the co-pilot seat, do the Star Trek equivalent of jam an adrenaline needle in his neck, and he starts assisting. We'll say he just gives you a bonus momentum. I'm not going to roll for him.
Bam!
All right. So I'm going to spend that 1 momentum and give myself an extra die. So target number is 10. Ooh, I did not do it. I got a 10, an 11, and a 13.
The Dragon Steamboat accelerates away at high speed from the Dallas, which is now slowly spinning in space, Part of the saucer section has even broken away. Doing a quick head count inside, Dash is racking his brain because he's thinking, we have everyone, so what am I forgetting? Standing on the hull of the Dallas, Ramp Corporal Mary Hill Jr.
Oh, come on.
She's got her toolkit there. Just watch this Dragon Steamboat accelerate away.
Just mouthing, what the fuck?
And that's the last thing as the Dallas explodes.
Great.
But in those seconds before nuclear fire washes her into nothing, she has a really nice view of this section of space.
Jesus.
I'm afraid that's a casserole I can't even bake, Commander.
All right, so everyone, when we get back to the ship,
Not everyone. God.
here's what happened.
Don't worry, there's a lot of hills on the Fieri.
Okay. God.
They're kind of their own race.
Right.
But you know what? Successful away mission. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
And we have at least one supporting character that will likely return. Medical Officer Emerald. So, a few hours later, in the captain's ready room, the main officers of the Fieri are there. Dash, Jerry, and of course, Captain Cham, and Captain Joshua Winter of the Dallas, going over what happened.
Hey, what happened?
Klingon warship came out of nowhere.
What?
Immediately attacked.
That's crazy. I didn't even think they were our enemies.
They're not. We have a treaty. We jointly run Narendra Station with them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have 2 Klingon crew members on my ship, both of which are unaccounted for.
Yeah, we got 1 or 2. We have 2 less Marys, though.
I'm unfamiliar with that species.
Yeah, you're not gonna meet them anytime soon.
You might, but it'll only be for a second.
I think we should assume that any Klingon ship we encounter is potentially hostile.
Yeah, we'll put our shields up and everything.
Has something happened in a different sector that's affected our relations with Klingons in general?
I don't know. Admiral Daniel hasn't called about nothing.
You say that you had 2 Klingon crew members on the Dallas?
We did.
When the Klingons attacked, they were nowhere to be found. Am I reading you correctly?
They weren't, but, well, I don't know the exact timeline, but I know we haven't accounted for them among the survivors, and at multiple points of the battle, the Klingon ship was engaging its transporters.
They could have been doing something else because it is a Klingon holiday. It's like Klingon Easter or something.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, they do crazy rituals.
I see.
Yeah, but their eggs are squarish.
Well, that makes sense.
Is it possible we're looking at some sort of rebellion? Is there a Klingon commander we can contact to see if this was just a singular incident or...
I think we need to continue on to Narendra base, and we'll talk to the Klingons there. Dash, good call.
Cool.
That was a good thought in your head that came out your mouth.
Jesus.
Jan's very excited about this.
I love it when my people do so good.
Yeah, I agree with Dash.
Good agreeing, dude. Man, I love Jerry and Dash. You're my 2 favorite. Don't tell nobody.
Cham, if I were able to feel anything resembling love or admiration, you, sir, would have all of mine.
Man, that feels good inside me.
But yes, I think the logical thing to do is to keep our guard up, but we are already on our way to Narendra, where we can talk to the Klingons there, and...
I agree. We should search for understanding first and attack later.
Yeah, that's the good way to be in life.
Well, these are very good options, Captain Cham.
Yeah, thank you, Winter.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go make sure my people are as comfortable as they can be.
Yeah, it's still Nacho Day. Go get you some of those too, and get some for your injured people. And the ones without hands will have friends help feed them bodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jerry hands him a Fieri hair visor. Here, put this on. This is Casual Friday.
He takes it and does not put it on, but says, thank you. So you guys are discussing some other matters, and the door to the ready room opens, and the Ferengi ensign, Scott Schruffler, comes in. Yeah, Captain Jam.
Hey, Scott.
Notice some recent communication, unusual, from within our ship to a point a couple light years away. There's nothing out here. And also, nobody on the ship should be making unauthorized communications.
Maybe they dialed the wrong number. I don't think any of our crew are baddies.
And it came from medical, or some member of the Dallas is communicating to somebody a couple light years away from us.
Oh, no.
Can you track the signal where they're communicating?
Nah, it was a tight beam communication. I only picked it up because of echo on the subspace grid.
Yeah, that sounds Star Trek-ish.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Good job, Scott.
Thank you, Captain.
Do you know how far away the subject was? You said a couple of light years away.
3.7489 light years.
Captain, could we check and see what is around in that radius?
Yeah.
I'm good at computers.
Yeah, Jerry, why don't you go ahead and get on the computer and try to track it down for us? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can do some research on this sector of space, see what's in that direction.
Cool. I have a focus in computers, and that would be my, I'm assuming either insight or control, along with my science.
Well, I think maybe reason, since you're using,
Okay.
intellect, basically.
Reason plus science.
Works for me.
That'll be a target number 15.
And the ship will assist with computers, Corey, if you wanted to roll its whatever would be relevant.
Okay. So computers and science?
Sure.
Okay, that's a target number 13. I'll go ahead and roll first. That's an 8, so that's a success.
One bonus success. It is difficulty 2.
Ooh, that's a 3 and an 8. And I have a focus in computers, so that 3 is a crit.
Yay.
Nice.
At that distance, it would put whatever the communication went to would be at the edge of the Gibson system, which is an uninhabited system charted by the Federation a century ago. There's nothing there. I mean, there are planets there, but there's no civilization.
Do you think it was possible whoever did this was trying to communicate with another ship?
Yes, I think whoever was communicating is communicating with whoever sent that ambush.
Oh, dang it.
So Dash contacts Ensign Emerald, who
Okay.
will undoubtedly be working in the medical department,
Bam!
Yes. Glad that's catching on.
and briefs him on the situation to get him to keep an eye out for anyone making unauthorized use of the equipment on the ship.
Bam! So, what are you guys going to do with this information? You could continue on to Narendra Station. You can investigate Gibson system, or you could try to determine who sent the signal from medical.
So let's go back just a minute. The ship that was attacked,
The Dallas.
the Dallas, were they on their way to Narendra Station?
They were.
Okay. So then that makes me think that someone aboard the ship doesn't want something to be found at Narendra Station or wants to hijack the trip there.
Kyle, you said the unauthorized communication came after we brought the Dallas crew back over?
Yeah, it happened.
Okay,
Like 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
Effectively.
Yeah, that's why I've put Emerald on watching the crew that we've brought on board.
Okay.
I find it hard to believe that any crew member of the Fieri would be a traitor captain. So I'm going to assume it's someone from the Dallas.
Yeah, we're all buddies over here. We don't mess around.
We use the buddy system.
Yeah, buddy system for life, dude.
High five.
Yeah.
So I guess that's taken care of as far as like keeping an eye on all the new additions. I guess we keep heading towards Narendra for right now.
Captain, it seems to me we have two options. We can try to continue to Narendra and see what someone's trying to keep us from, or we can try to track down this sinister-sounding ship that's communicating with someone on board ours now.
Yeah, let's go to Narendra and we'll get all these Dallas people off because one of them's being a stick in the mud.
Okay.
Captain, as we continue on our way to Narendra, I'm going to get a head count of all the Dallas crew members and use my computer skills to look up their backgrounds and see if I can suss out who this party pooper might be.
Yeah, get them. Good job, Jerry. Good job, Dash.
So the crew charts a new course to Narendra, gets underway at warp number. Todd, what combination of attributes and disciplines are you using to try to track members of the Dallas?
I think it would be the same, reason and science.
Yeah, and using the ship's internal sensors.
And he's also an expert on anthropology, so like all the different species and races that are on there,
Okay.
that could come into play.
Cool.
So also,
He's also very racist, so he would.
you're using the ship system, so the ship's sensors, internal ones, could assist.
Okay. I guess that would be computers and science again.
Yeah,
So what's the total difficulty going to be, Kyle?
just difficulty 1. I mean,
okay.
the ship's really good at keeping track of people inside it.
Okay. That's a 4.
That's a 4 and a 2.
Killing it over there in the
Nice.
computers.
And my science is a 5, so that's 2 crits.
Start to say, I assume you have a focus that makes those
Computers.
cool.
So Jerry sets up this complicated program to track every member of the Dallas aboard the Fieri. Most of them are in medical. Some of them have moved out to secondary crew quarters because, of course, the Fieri is not supposed to take on like additional 400 people for
They're all at the nacho bar.
Yeah. And meanwhile he's doing this, he picks up a second unauthorized communication to a target directly behind the Fieri, approximately 2 light years away, that must be moving at the same pace as the Fieri. And that signal... So what's the name? Every starship has a crew gathering area that's mainly for recreation and enjoying a nice dinner, having drinks. What's the name of that facility on the Fieri?
The dive.
The dive. The signal came from the dive.
Oh, man.
Unauthorized subspace communication.
Maybe somebody got drunk and did it on accident.
Well, no member of the crew should have the equipment necessary to make subspace communications outside of interacting with the ship's systems.
So does that mean somebody from our crew is also communicating with the ship?
No, there are members of the Dallas crew in the dive.
Oh, okay.
2 of them. One
All
of
right.
which is a Vulcan.
All right, Dash, get your security guys and rustle them up. We need to tell them to quit it.
Yes, Captain.
Yeah, thank you.
So Dash and a security team deployed to the dive, which looks like a dive bar from circa 1998. And there's multiple members of the Fieri, but there's you also using Jerry's data, you pinpoint 2 members of the Dallas crew there.
All right, I'm going to point out real quick. We are on the ship, so I have the benefit of the security detachment at my disposal, which I think is like 6 security guys.
Yeah, your crew goes in, walking tall, throwing their weight around.
Yeah, typical cops. Dash is going to actually stand by the door and just keep an eye out as the entire detachment kind of fans out across the dive.
So there's the one Vulcan crew member from the Dallas sitting by himself, just reading a data pad, and there's another, a Klingon, at the bar. Everybody's giving him some distance, and he's got this big tankard of ale in front of him. He looks aggressive.
You two, it's time we had a conversation.
Klingon words! Angry Klingon words!
Typical.
And the Vulcan says, yes, of course.
Stand up.
The Vulcan stands up, and so does the Klingon. These guys are in separate parts of the bar.
Yeah.
Klingon does not stand up in like a nice way. He's like, his shoulders are set.
At Dash's signal, the security detachment kind of forms a semicircle around them, and it's kind of,
Well, they're separated, so you'll have to pick your targets here.
I mean, around the room.
Well, I mean, this is a big room.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it kind of turns into this kind of triangle. It's kind of good, the bad, and the ugly triangle between me, this Vulcan, and the Klingon.
Yeah, the Vulcan just puts his data pad aside. I will cooperate in whatever way you deem necessary, Lieutenant Commander Kratos.
Of course you will. And Dash turns and looks at the Klingon and says, and what about you?
I'll piss on your grave!
Dang.
So meanwhile, on the bridge, Ensign Schreffler turns to the captain and says, Captain Cham, Klingon bird of prey, approaching at warp 7, directly behind us, sir. And we'll end there.
All right.
Might be one of the good ones, though.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Odds are in our favor.
No, not at all.
Cham's like, maybe they heard about the nachos.
It's a good,
Give us your nachos!
they're real good.
We heard it was spicy! Good.
Well, that was a great adventure.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm glad you guys had fun.
Covered a lot of ground.
It was very cool getting to use the ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you for listening. Thank you especially if you're a Patreon member. And if you would like to become one and to die ignobly, just join us at patreon.com/bastardquest.
Yeah.
And you can follow us on all the social medias and whatever podcast platform you use. Rate us and review it.
Yeah.
And thank you to our sponsor, Barrel and Bond, 100 Broadway Street in beautiful downtown Paducah, overlooking the Ohio River.
I went in the bathroom the other day and there was a guy like pinned underneath an I-beam. Weird.
Thanks for pulling it off me, buddy.
Oh, I didn't help. Not my job.
that was you.
I don't work there.
Must have blacked out.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
That happens often at Barrel and Bond.
Well, and thank you for listening. We do appreciate it. Our listeners are growing, and so you guys are telling your friends, and that's awesome.
Yes, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
we really appreciate it. This is so much fun to do, and I'm glad you guys are having fun too.
But
Yeah.
I think most importantly, we want to thank a very important person,
Yes?
Gene Roddenberry.
Thank you, Gene.
He owes me $20.
Oh.
All right. Thanks. I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
Austin.